30, so we got a workshop. I'm assuming you're gonna give us some good words. What do you want us to do?
No, you want me to? So first I want to welcome all of you, and thank y'all for donating y'all's time, to the city. We definitely need all the help we can get. And we, as you can see, we've made some big changes when it comes to this board. This is not the time or place to go into exactly why we made those changes. But you know, anyway, no, she just wrote something down.
She does that.
And so, one of the problems that we had was, I don't think the previous board and the city council ever got on the same page to help move this city forward. My big thing as mayor is, if I think money is being spent unwisely and not in a fiscally responsible way, changes need to be made. And that's all I really ask of all of y'all, is to spend the money, the taxpayer money that y'all collect, in the best way possible to help move this city forward. So I have every confidence in each one of you to, collaborate together and with the council to, help make that happen.
I heard we got a blank check, right? All right, so we got that. Is there something else that we needed to do, Diane? I mean,
Should we do the swearing in before the
yeah,
kicked off? Just so
we probably ought to give the, or are you gonna swear in us, or are we gonna do the?
I guess swear.
we should probably swear y'all in, so it's official that y'all are members, and
Okay.
maybe y'all decide.
And then we need to go and elect Rob, so then we can have an official recording. Okay, so swear us in.
You want to do one at a time, all together?
That's all together. Yeah, we're gonna be a board, might as well.
All right, raise your hand, right hand, and repeat after me. I, your name,
Larry Bush does
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office
of Jarrell Economic Development Corporation Board Member
of Jarrell Economic Development Corporation member
of the City of Jarrell of the State of Texas,
of the City of Jarrell of the State of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and of this state, so help me God.
and of this state, so help me God.
All right.
We're official.
Y'all are officials. Oh.
I feel different from when I walked in.
Kind of flood.
Absolutely.
So, I had mentioned earlier when we first got in, is it, at least for us new council members, I mean, some of us have a history with each other, but others of you don't, so I thought maybe we might start with the five of us, just give us some background, where it's at, what you're thinking about, what you got going, and then we can go through and determine what officers we want to get in so we can actually conduct some business, So
my name's Tim Jordan, and I've been in Jarrell for just a little over 3 years now, so kind of getting acclimated with the community and thoroughly enjoy it. But I serve currently as the president and CEO of the Hutto Area Chamber of Commerce. I served 2 years as the executive director for the Hutto Economic Development Corporation and served on city council there, so I've got a lot of background in development, and hopefully I can bring some things to the community that I now live in and serve, and work with you all, work with council to see this city grow just like we did in Hutto, who is still, of course, going through a massive spurt of growth. But you know, I think we have a lot of opportunity here if we plan it right. I heard y'all talking about water, and that's everybody's issue, right? And it sounds like y'all got a good path forward, so looking forward to working with you all and doing some good things in Jarrell, Texas.
Awesome. So I'm Will Mallow. I've been in Jarrell also for a little over 3 years now. My entire background really is in corporate partnerships. So I have spent about 15 years now, both in the nonprofit and for-profit space, bringing together corporate partnerships, mutually beneficial partnerships between the University of Texas. I spent a couple of years there doing stuff with the business school, even though I'm a very proud Texas Tech Red Raider. I'll get that out of the way right now. You know, currently I've spent the last over 5 years with Dairy Max in the agriculture business, working with our partnerships. That looks like it's about to change in the next month or so, but really focusing on our exports international work and as well as all of our domestic sports and gaming partnerships as well. I love Jarrell. I think there's a ton of potential here, and I'm really excited to get to work with you all. At Dairy Max, I actually got to work with our school team, helping feed more kids in the K-12 space, so I love to see that we had school representation here as well. So it's very exciting.
My name is Joe Simmons. I'm the general manager of Jarrell Sweat and Water. I've been here since 2019. I've had the pleasure to know about half of y'all throughout the 6 years here. I've been through the mayors, through the city managers, through pretty much everybody here that I consider I had a great relationship with everybody. My direction for this town is to grow it to be the place where everybody wants to come. We have a community that seems like they live here, but they leave to go do something. I think we can bring stuff here that will bring people from the outside to us and keep our own people here. Being on the water wastewater side, I'm licensed in 4 different areas with TCQ, water, wastewater, backflow, CSI. Been working with engineers and lawyers, seems like the last 10, 15 years on developments, contracts, stuff like that. So I feel like I have a good reputation in this area. I know a lot of people. Mr. Bush and I, we've worked about the last 6 years on different things in the city of Jarrell, and I'm really excited about this. It's a perfect opportunity because I've been thinking, how can I get involved? As we know, the city is kind of built up with 3 different water. You got the city of Jarrell water, you got Jarrell Sweat and Water, you got Sonterra. And it's like, you know, how can we come together all as one? So this for me is one of the first steps. So, but I'm very excited, and thank you.
So I'm Larry Bush. I've been a resident of Jarrell for 28 years. Okay, so I was here much before we even became a city. So we've only been a city for 24 years. So it's been about 40 years in manufacturing medical devices and computers. And then I spent 15 and a half years either on city council or as mayor for 8 years. So I've watched the city come out of the original doldrums, you know, into what the hell just happened to us today. So I've got a fairly good background into the kinds of things we've got to go through from a city, especially from a mayoral and city manager point of view, and kind of helping the city council move forward in directions that would help us bring, you know, retail, commercial, and or industrial into the city at some point in time. So.
Awesome. My name is Tony Hicks. I'm a very proud superintendent in Jarrell. And thank you for the opportunity to serve on the Economic Development Committee. I'm very honored to be a part of this group, so appreciate the opportunity to be here today. And so I've been similar to you guys, about 3 years, a little over 3 years now here in Jarrell. But I was raised, for the most part, I'd say I grew up in East Texas, but raised in Central Texas. My entire career has been in Williamson County. Fast growth is what I know. I'll age myself a little bit and say I was a teacher in Leander back when it was one high school, and I was at the junior high before. It wasn't even a middle school at that time, it was a junior high. So fast growth has pretty much been my path from going from Leander to Round Rock, Liberty Hill, and now in Jarrell. I'm honored to be a part of Jarrell. Love the people in Jarrell, love our families. Our families want to work here, and they want to raise their families here. And we know this. I'm sitting next to Ms. Clausen, who was raised here, went to school here, her whole family did, and we're very honored to be a part of families who choose to stay in Jarrell. And that is a great thing about our town, is that many families have been rooted here, stay here, and care very much about the direction that this town is going. and honored to be a part of serving and helping in that direction.
Sir?
My name is Jorge Hernandez, born and raised in Puerto Rico, live in Pflugerville. Spent my career in the Coast Guard until I retired, became with a disabled retired veteran. Later in my 40s, went back to college, finished my engineering degree, came back to Texas to have my first engineering job, designing roadways and transportation. Worked for the city of Georgetown for 4.5 years doing transportation. City of Jarrell was kind enough to give me a chance to move up one step. Well, one step when I move up. Talking about fast pace, I've been honored to have the position that I'm holding right now. My only goal and interest in the city is to see a city better, in a better state than when I got hired the first day. So if I see the city growing, I see the city thriving, and I see the city in a good shape, I can retire happy. I don't want anything else.
Thanks, Jorge. You don't want to say anything, do you? I've known her as long as I've been in the city.
You have no background with each other, huh?
No.
Thank you, you know.
Yeah. Usually it's just a head nod and that we go on, so. So I'm gonna ask that we just move into the regular agenda items that we've got right now. Okay, and the first one is discussion, consideration, possible action regarding the appointment of the chairman. I know we don't know each other well, but, need somebody to make a motion, since you're now officially sworn in, so.
I make a motion to appoint Larry Bush as chairman.
So we have a motion, do we have
I'll second that motion.
a second, do we have any others, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. So we have unanimous approval. Moving to item 4.2, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding the appointment of the vice chairman. Okay, any open discussion, anybody want to get into that one? Now let's take a look at the bylaws, that basically is number 2. If I get wiped out, you're the doodad, or the doodad.
I make a motion to appoint Will Mallow as the vice chairman.
Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Got a second? Do we have any discussion? Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. We have unanimous consent on the vice chairman. Discussion, consideration, possible action regarding the appointment of the secretary. Good. So, who wants to take minutes and do all the other good stuff in there? Anybody want to do it?
I make a motion that Tim Jordan be appointed as the secretary.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Anybody gonna say aye? Okay, all opposed say nay. We'll consider it unanimous. The next one will be the discussion, consideration, possible action regarding the appointment of the treasurer.
I make a motion to appoint Joe Simmons as the treasurer.
Okay, we have a second?
Second.
Got a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have unanimous for item number 4.4. Discussing the bylaws, is there an amendment that we're supposed to be looking at? Because I didn't see an amendment in the bylaws as they were.
Nothing regarding the schedule.
Okay, so this is just, did everybody know where the bylaws are on the website? Did you get a copy? That's pretty, okay. I read it and I didn't see anything in there that was possible for action tonight, so I'm assuming the bylaws that were last approved in 2023 are still valid today. There's nothing pending that you want us to consider?
Not right now, not at the moment.
Council? Okay, so
There are gonna be some changes that we're gonna want to be made.
I'm sure as we go through, you know, we'll probably come up with a lot of them, you know, but, you guys did a pretty efficient job of cleaning out the other part and getting us on board, so we gotta read some documents first. The last one is a discussion, consideration, and possible action setting the schedule for regularly called meetings of the Jarrell EDC. So I had mentioned Wednesdays because every other Tuesday seems to be taken up with either council doing something or P and Z doing something, or, you know, in that case, Wednesdays seem to be an open time frame, and what do you think, Tony?
Yeah, what you said, Wednesdays?
Wednesdays?
The third Wednesday of each month is a board meeting for me, so as long as it doesn't fall on that day.
We can pick any Wednesday in the month, because Wednesdays still will not interfere with any other city business, so we could pick the first Wednesday, the second Wednesday, the fourth Wednesday. Is there any Wednesday night that would interfere with either of your?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so it's up to you. You want
Yeah.
first, second, or fourth?
Let's do this.
The second is open because the council's meeting currently the first and third
Let's do the second.
Tuesdays.
Let's do the second.
So if we meet on the second Wednesday, okay, at 6:30, council chambers, every month for the standard meeting. Okay, so can we have a motion for,
I make a motion that the regularly called meetings of the Jarrell Economic Development Corporation meet on the second Wednesday of each month, beginning at 6:30.
6:30? Do we have a second?
I'm motion with second.
Get a second? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, unanimous approval of the meeting date and time. Okay. So now I guess we've been requested to go into executive session. Do you have the wording that we're supposed to look at?
We discussed that.
Okay. Okay, all right, so we're going to go over into the conference room over here. There's a piece of business that we need to conclude from the previous council, and then we'll come back in and deal with it. I reconvene us back into open session from the executive session. We're at item 6.1, discussion of possible action regarding the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or a city of Jarrell employee with Jarrell EDC Executive Director.
I make a motion for the EDC to approve the separation agreement with the previous director.
We've got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. We have unanimous approval on item number 6.1. There being no further business in front of this session or in front of this Economic Development Corporation, I adjourn us at 7:25 p.m.